Look, for real, like trying to keep up with what Harley does and Harley thinking and Harley strategies and Harley, I don't even know what the hell they're doing, is maddening. It's so maddening. I don't think they even know what they're doing. All right, let's get into it. This is Bikes, Beards, and Brews. Let's kick that intro. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Before we kick this one off, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification. New videos on Wednesdays and Fridays. Seriously, I am working on that Monday thing. If you hit the bell, you'll know. You'll know. So today, we're talking about the 2022 Harley Sportsters and why it grinds my gears. And really, it grinds my gears because once again, Harley is going through another identity crisis. So what do I mean when I'm saying Harley has an identity crisis? Well, Harley likes to kind of shift bikes around or change names or just just do the most ridiculous things with them. And there's no rhyme or reason to it. There's no changes to it. They're just like, this is that. And it doesn't make sense. None of it makes sense. Like, for example, a few years ago, the Heritage Classic, which is a soft-tail motorcycle, they just changed it and they moved it into the touring category. They did nothing to the bike that was different from when it's a softtail. It was still a softtail on a softtail frame. Everything was the same, but they decided, you know what? You are a tourer, and they moved it over. Now, I know a lot of you are gonna say, well, it's got windshield and a bag, so it qualifies as a tourer. For those of you who don't really know the difference between the different categories for Harley, softtails, they tend to have a smaller frame and they use a monoshock on the rear of the bike. Tourers use a larger frame and they use dual shocks on the back. There's some other differences too, but we're keeping it simple today. So they took the softtail and they were just like, bam, there you are, you're a tourer. And I know some of you are gonna be like, well, bags, windshield, touring, makes sense. Well, Sport Glide also has bags and a fairing and a windshield. The new Lowrider ST, and I realize the T does mean touring, but again, it's in the softtail category. It's not in the touring category. They just decided that, all right, you're gonna be a tourer. And then the year after that, they're like, nah, just kidding. You're a softtail. And they moved the Heritage back. No rhyme or reason, no explanation. They're just like, left, right, whatever, we're done. And they keep doing this. Even now, the tours, like, our street glides, road glides, stuff like that, road kings, they used to just be called tours. Now they're Grand American Tours. You know what's changed about these bikes? The price, the paint job. Really, that's it. From 21 to 22, the bikes are pretty much just the same, except now instead of touring, they are Grand American Touring. Whatever. So now we're on to the Sportsters. Harley has the Iron 883 and the 48 still in its lineup. These are both Sportsters. They've been Sportsters forever. They've been Sportsters literally for decades. Hell, half the time, they paint the name Sportster on the gas tank, just to let you know it's a Sportster. These are no longer Sportsters. As of 2022, these are just in the cruiser lineup. They are no longer in the Sportster lineup. They are no longer in their own category. They're cruisers. And they are not even called Sportsters anymore. They're called the Iron 48 and the Iron 883. Or I'm not even sure it's called the Iron 848 anymore. I think it's just called the 48. Makes no sense. The difference between the 2021 and the 2022 Iron 883, we'll use as our example, is absolutely nothing. In fact, you can look at these bikes, spec everything, nothing's changed. Not even just 21, like 20, 19, 18, 17. They have not updated or changed or made any sort of improvements to this bike for probably over a decade or so, since they went to fuel injection. When they moved it from carb to fuel injection. I think that's the last time they really did any actual changes to this bike. But it's not a Sportster anymore. This makes no sense. Like, so you're saying if I buy a 2021 Iron 883, I'm getting a Sportster. If I buy a 2022 Iron 883, I'm getting a cruiser. What are you doing, Harley? Like, sometimes I just look at what you're doing and what you're saying and the things that you're coming up with and the things that you're advertising, and I swear to God, you just hired the kid who showed up and said, I was really good at eating all the paste in my art class in elementary school. And you guys were like, that's the dude for us. Come on in, you're marketing. Like, it doesn't make sense. And they keep doing this, and it's just like, it feels like a shell game almost, because like they're taking the exact same stuff, they're moving it around, and they're telling you to try and figure it out, find like the bike and all that stuff. Really, the only thing that's changed about the Sportster is it's a couple $1,000s more expensive. I know I've mentioned in other videos, my wife bought a 2019 Iron 883. She got that for a little over $9,000. That same bike with like, you know, a denim paint or whatnot, which is what she got, is now like closer to the $11,000 or $12,000 mark. No changes to the bike, none whatsoever, except now it's not a Sportster. What are you doing, Harley? Seriously, like, I really feel like a lot of your decision making and a lot of like the things that you land on are during drunk bets at the bar or something like that. You guys are like the failed dude on Tinder who's not getting any hits, so you just try and reinvent yourself, but same crap every single time. But, you know, yesterday you were a vegan hippie with, like, you know, an awesome man bun, and today you're eating steaks and, like, you're all about powerlifting, but you're still the fat slob. Like, I don't know. Like, it is absolutely maddening to keep up with this. And I realized too that there is a Sportster, the 2022 Sportster Sport, which again just really leans into the fact that Harley is just all over the place. I mean, why would you name a bike the Sportster Sport? Just name it the goddamn Sportster. Like, way to go with redundancy there, guys. And it's really funny when you read it on the Harley site, because it's like the sport category. So sport, Sportster, sport, or, you know, S. And I know some of you may say, well, maybe the S doesn't stand for that. It stands for that. It is sport. That is exactly what it is. It's not sleek. It's not stylish. It's not sack of shit. It is sport. A bunch of guys in R&D looked at a bike and they were like, Sportster Sport, I don't see any issue with that. Let's go for it. So Harley, seriously, you guys need to work on this identity crisis that you've got going on, because you are all over the place and none of it makes sense, and you're not helping yourselves. Stop changing categories just because that's not going to change sales. I mean, again, when you're looking at the Heritage Classic, if I look at like the 2019 Heritage Classic as a Softail and the 2020 Heritage Classic as a bagger, it's still the same bike. When I'm shopping for a bike, it's still the same bike. Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'd really like to buy this, but I really wish it was a Tourer. Like, what are you doing? Seriously, Harley, you grind my gears, you're on notice, knock it off. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed that one. And yeah, like, seriously, Harley, what do you do? Like, even the Iron 883s, like, you know, you go a few years back, you painted the names on the gas tanks. So are those not Sportsters anymore? Do I have to sand off the logo? I don't know what's going on. But anyway, hope you liked the video. Once again, like, comment, subscribe. Share this video with friends. Share it with family. Share it with that one dude who thought he owned a Sportster, but it's not. You got a cruiser. He loves this stuff, trust me. And I'll see you all on the flip side.